this video, we're gonna explore everything about Saadiyat Island. We're talking about the residential part of Saadiyat Island as where it's best to live. And we're gonna explore all the museums inside this island. We're talking about the Louvre Museum, Guggenheim Museum, Zayed National Museum, TeamLab Phenomena, and the National History Museum. Let's go. So we just entered the Louvre. This is the first compartment in the Louvre. After we got the tickets, you know, I like the posing here because this is, I think, on the camera, it looks really nice. Anyway, we just bought the ticket to enter the Louvre. The Louvre was bought from UAE as a license in 2007. And this license is extended until 2047. Of course, I have to be quiet because this is an art museum, so we don't want to bother people behind us. Let's go. UAE brought a Louvre project to Saadiyat Island since long time ago because they knew that the plan will work for the cultural district. So there's no better way than starting this plan without having the Louvre inside Saadiyat Island. So to start with, Saadiyat Island is divided into 4 main districts: the Culture District, Lagoons District, Marina District, and the Beach District. We're gonna explore it all, but we'll start now with the Culture District, which is the main attraction point in Saadiyat Island. And what is the best way of doing it? Bringing the Louvre license to Abu Dhabi to have the Louvre Musume, the second Louvre Museum in the world after the one in Paris. The Louvre is considered the anchor of Saadiyat Island, the culture district part of it. And if we're talking about the Louvre appearance from outside, it's amazingly designed and uniquely architectured. It gives you the feeling of that you're in a space kind of thing. And now I leave you to some nice shots of inside the museums so you can see it. The Louvre in a nutshell, it's the history, human civilization development through art. And this is what makes it unique when we're gonna do a comparison with other museums here, because we have Guggenheim Museum, we have Sheikh Zayed Museum. So this is mainly the idea of having a Louvre inside Abu Dhabi to show you all of that under one roof. So now we're gonna be talking about the residential side of the culture district. So behind me, a Louvre, and next to me is the Guggenheim Museum. We will see it in a bit. So let's start talking about these development. All of them are still underdeveloped, will be handed over beginning of 2026 up until end of 2027. We'll start with the 3 buildings behind me facing a Louvre and the water. We have building 1, 2, and 3 by the name of Louvre Residence, ranging from studio up until 5-bedroom penthouses. Pushed to the back of the Louvre Residence, we have a Groove project consisting of 5 buildings, from studio to 2-bedroom. All of them, they have internal views, so they are quite less expensive than the one facing Louvre. And now we'll talk about the Guggenheim. So basically the one facing the water and the museum, they are way expensive than the internal ones. Now, talking about the Groove, we have the gallery view and uptown view and beach view, fountain view, and a museum view. These are the 5 buildings of the Groove. Now, to the side of it, we're gonna be talking about Source 1, Source 2, and Source 3, all facing Sheikh Zayed Museum. So they have the fountain and the nice museum front view. And these Source 1, 2, and 3, they are ranging from 1 to 3-bedroom and some amazing penthouses. Now, if we're looking to this side, so Guggenheim, we have the ArtHouse, which is behind that building. So 3 buildings by the name of ArtHouse, from 1-bedroom all the way 3-bedroom, and very, very limited sky villas of 5 bedrooms. These sky villas are still available for sale, so let's discuss if someone is interested in them. So moving now to Mandarin Oriental, which is a branded residence in the culture district. And Mandarin Oriental, to be honest, doesn't need much of a speech because the brand speaks for itself. 2 buildings, south and north, and they are consisting of 1-bedroom all the way to 5-bedroom penthouses, and most of them, they are coming with a swimming pool. So if we're talking about cultural district, this residential tower, most of the penthouses and the sky villas, they have their own swimming pools, which is very rare here in Abu Dhabi to have. Again, now imagine this development behind me. Once it's ready in 5 years, the capital gain will be amazing. Once Museum Louvre is there and Natural History Museum is to be open, TeamLab Phenomena already open, Guggenheim, once it's open, which is gonna be open in the next year, you can anticipate that the capital appreciation in this area gonna be huge. So it's really smart to secure in this under development project really soon. We're now at TeamLab Phenomena. This lab gives you immersive experience with the digital artwork, and literally from the name Phenomena, it is phenomenal. Let's see it. Get up, let me sing, let me bounce. Stomp every time you hear that sound. How many pairs of shoes do you own? So this is our first stop here in TeamLab Phenomena, the giant pillars. It gives you amazing feeling of, like, I cannot describe it to be honest. It's amazing feeling, like you're feeling like you're lost here. I can get down, get up, it's a scene. Can you script the flow till it's clean? Looking at your phone and your screen. I can take the lead, just go. So the whole idea of TeamLab Phenomena, that all of these arts or digital art, it interacts with you. So let me show you, for example. So it gives you like the wind kind of feeling. So TeamLab Phenomena is divided into two main things, the dry area and the wet area. And we just entered the wet area and we had to cuff our bands to the knees, as you can see. Again, TeamLab Phenomena, well done to what you've done here. Amazing experience, amazing experience. So next to TeamLab Phenomena, it's literally a few steps walking from TeamLab Phenomena. We have the Natural History Museum that is supposed to be opening at the end of 2025, beginning of 2026. So Natural History Museum, it's gonna be the biggest one in the region. And it's gonna have everything from the beginning of Earth. So we're talking about Big Bang theory and dinosaurs and so on until today's date. And guess what? A fun fact about this museum, Abu Dhabi just recently bought a T-Rex skeleton that is the most expensive one because it's the most completed specimen of T-Rex around the world. And they bought it for around $32 million. And it will be in the middle of this museum to give you the vibe of the Night at the Museum movie. So we're still in the Cultural District with the only and first project that offers resident villas. This project behind me was developed by the developer Imkan, and it gave their residents an opportunity to buy a shell and core villas. Exactly 36 villas that were sold as shell and core. So shell and core, basically, for those who doesn't know, it gives you the opportunity to build your own villas, so you can do your own finishing, but the provisions were for 4-bedroom and 5-bedroom villas. And in front of these 36 villas, there's 5 plots, beachfront, sold as a plot to give the residents the opportunity to build their own villas. Very spacious plots. So now we're moving forward to next project to it, Mamsha Saadiyat. This project made a huge impact in the real estate projects here in Abu Dhabi because it was the first project that gives you a beach to the residents and of course the tenant once you start living here. So it's consistent of 9 buildings, so Azur 1, 2, 3, Lilac 4, 5, 6, and Turquoise 7, 9, and 10. Vary from 1 bedroom up to 4 bedroom and huge spacious a penthouse at 9th and 8th floor. And this project has promenade for its residents, so it has cafes, supermarket, restaurant, fine dining and salons and so on. Now, if we're looking at Mamsha Saadiyat, in front of it now here, we're talking about the next project developed by Dar, which is Mamsha Garden. Mamsha Garden is consisting of 7 buildings. Some of them facing Mamsha Saadiyat, some of them facing Sheikh Zayed Museum. Mamsha Garden again consisting of 7 buildings next to us, so to the left side of me, 7 buildings. Some of them were sold furnished and some of them were sold not furnished. 1 bedroom all the way up to 3 bedroom apartment. Now, moving in this line, which is the Mamsha Promenade, we're gonna have the next project by Dar, which is Mamsha Palm. This project was developed and designed by Japanese architect. It's an 8th floor building, ultra luxury and nice finishing, but it's located right between Mamsha Saadiyat, Mamsha Garden and another tower. So I wouldn't say it's perfectly positioned. However, some of the layouts are really positioned in a way that they have an open sea. So let's imagine then this, if the building is here, it will be having a nice view over this gap between Azure 1 and Azure 2, as you can see on my right side. So if you can imagine it, if the Mamsha Palm is positioned in the right way, some of the units will have an amazing view, but in general it's positioned in between a lot of buildings. So this is some of the downsides that I hear from many people. And moving now to the last building, which is Ajwan building. So now we're talking about Ajwan towers, consisting of 3 buildings, tower A, B and C, 1 bedroom all the way to 3 bedroom. Now if we do a quick comparison, the appearance of Ajwan doesn't look as appealing as Mamsha Saadiyat. So you actually feel like Ajwan doesn't fit well in the cultural district. However, some people prefer it because the value of these apartments is really good. And again, the same disadvantage of Mamsha Palm, Ajwan has it as well. You feel like it's squeezed between these buildings, so make sure to pick carefully so you can get the best value for money, of course, the best view for the apartment. So, Cultural District, as we saw, it's still under development. So great, it has a great room for appreciation for the residential part of it. So now we have ready project, which is Mamsha Saadiyat again and Ajwan project and Nudra for villas. The rest is still under development and will be handed over from end of 2025 up until end of 2028. So I'm talking about the project that is still under development. It's really smart to secure units in these as an investment or buy it to live in, but mainly investment, because they have a great potential and great room for capital gains. We're talking about 200, 300% capital appreciation. Now, think about what I'm trying to say. You are living in between a lot of museums, like 5 freaking museums. This cannot be happening anywhere in the world. Like, this is the only place that it happened in Abu Dhabi, Saadiyat Island. So I'm standing in front of 2 main projects, Guggenheim Museum and Nobu Residence museums. Let's talk about the Guggenheim Museum. Guggenheim Museum idea is to demonstrate the nowadays modern contemporary art, unlike Louvre Museum is demonstrating the history of development for civilization and art, basically. So Guggenheim Museum will be talking about nowadays art and the future art with implementation of technology and AI system. Now the next project, which is Nobu Residence. And Nobu Residence, it's a building, a residential building that has 1 bedroom up to 3 bedroom apartments and very limited penthouses. And by limited, I mean 2 penthouses. These 2 penthouses are the most expensive penthouses in Abu Dhabi. One that already been sold and the next one is still available. So if you're interested in securing one of the best, if not the best, it is the best penthouses in Abu Dhabi, Nobu Residence will be your option for a price around 55 million dirhams. No one can name any penthouse around the world that has open sea view and 5 main museums next to it except for Nobu Residence. This is why it has, again, a great room for capital appreciation. So we're now in Saadiyat Marina District, exactly in front of New York University Abu Dhabi campus, which by the way was the first establishment that was built here in this area in 2010, where they start having students. Now, the university itself, they are welcoming students who are interested in art and science. Science, we're talking about biomedical engineering, civil engineering, urban engineering, mechanical, electrical, and so on. And on top of it, economy and science. So let's talk about Saadiyat Marina District. And I need you guys to focus with me because this is important. In 2010, having New York University by itself here, that was too early to buy something here because now we're in 2025. However, if we look at the map, if we open Google Map, and I urge you to do it while we'll having this video on, you will find this map is divided into two main things. Lagoons District, which have a lot of villas. We will go to it in a bit in this video. However, if you look at the left side of the map, so we're talking about Saadiyat Marina District, which is still undeveloped. You will find a lot of empty plots on this area that will not be empty for long. So in 5 years time, 6 years time, all these plots, you will find amazing projects already built here. So in 2030, you will find all this area. And by the way, you can find now, if not so many projects at this moment. So in this side, we're having Baki View by Bloom, which is the very good developer here in Abu Dhabi. Baki View A and also Baki View Rotana. And in that area, you'll find another buildings only for rent, which is the Global Gate. And another 2 building, which is Soho Square by Bloom. And some office plan, which is Noran Living by Dar and Hinge by Node. So these are the only 5-6 projects that are currently in this area. However, in the next 5 years, there will be villas facing the marina, so waterfront, amazing apartment seeing the water. So in 2025, 2026, it's really a good time to secure something in these empty plots again. Now let's go to see the Lagoons area of Saadiyat. So now we're on the right side of the map, Saadiyat Lagoons District. And as you can see, this area is being built at the moment, unlike Marina District, which is still, the construction will be happening in the next 5 years. So in Saadiyat Lagoons, we're gonna start with the main project here, which is Saadiyat Lagoons Villas. It's a zero service charge project, which is a unique thing, a unique concept to have it here in Abu Dhabi. And with, I'm saying zero service charge, that means it's ungated community, just like Westia's project in, yeah, they are boring the concrete at the moment. So anyway, going back to this video. So just like Westia's project in Yas Island. So Saadiyat Lagoons, we're talking about 4, 5, 6 bedroom standalone villas, very spacious built up area and very nice piece of land where you can build or have, sorry, because this project is built already by Dar. So you can have the option of having a premium finishing or without premium finishing. And you can add an external pod outside of the villas, which is around 35 square meter, which is an optional. So now moving to the project behind me, this is called Saadiyat Reserve by Dar, was sold in 3 phases or 2, let me say it like 2 things. Plots, where owners can buy it and build their own villas, and Saadiyat Dunes, which is a project that is built by Dar, 4 and 5 bedroom and 6 bedroom villas. So we have reserve plots, Saadiyat Dunes, and these 2 are really awesome and very comparable to Saadiyat Lagoon Villas. However, again, Saadiyat Reserve, these were built by individual owners where you get a contractor and you design the whole thing yourself. So we're now at the last district of Saadiyat Island, which is Saadiyat Beach Villas. Behind me, we're having the famous St. Regis project, consisting of hotel, of course, and the residential side of it, which is apartments, 4 buildings, and around 36 standalone villas. Now, these villas, as you can see in the video, these are having Mediterranean touches and designs, so you can feel that they are giving you the feeling of the previous and ancient history, unlike the other areas in Saadiyat, which is known for its modern. So in Saadiyat St. Regis, if we're talking about the apartments, and by the way, we're walking at the moment into between 4 main projects here in this area. So St. Regis apartments, they are having studios up to 4-bedroom apartment, which are very spacious. It's like villas kind of spacious. So for the standalone villas, if we're talking about the St. Regis, again, they are a small community, around 36 standalone villas, 4-bedroom and 5-bedroom. They are having a nice Gulf views around the side. So if we can see the map, we can see that it's divided into right and left, where right villas and left villas are having the nice golf course views. So now as we speak, we're moving towards, let me just speed it up here. So behind me now, we're talking about Jawaher villas. So Jawaher, if we're talking about these villas behind me, unlike St. Regis, they are having this modern designs and this kind of spacious doors and windows that allowing you to have a lot of sun to enter your villas, unlike St. Regis, for example. So for Jawaher, also it's a very small community, so very limited number of villas, and they're having 4-bedroom townhouses up to 4, 5, and again 4 and 5 and 6-bedroom villas, where the 5-bedroom and 6-bedroom villas, these are the 5 and 6-bedroom villas, they are having a golf course views. Now next to it, and let me also speed it up here a little bit, so Jawaher, yeah, and Saadiyat Beach Villas. So again, on the left Jawaher, on the right side we're having Saadiyat Beach Villas. Saadiyat Beach Villas is really huge project. If you can see it on the map, it expands around all Saadiyat Beach District area. So in Saadiyat Beach Villas, they have 10 types of villas. So they have, you name it, you have it. You have 3-bedroom and 4-bedroom townhouses, 3-bedroom standalone villas, 4-bedroom standalone villas. Of course, there's some types for it. 5-bedroom villas with types and 6-bedroom with types. So now you can see some of them, they have in corner location, golf course views. So if we want to have more depth into chat, I cannot include everything about these villas inside one video. I'm trying to make it as informative as I can. So each villa has its unique design and so on, but the general design of it, it's a Mediterranean. And one, I would say, clients or tenants bring this up for me, that most of the windows in Saadiyat Beach Villas, they are designed in a small shape. So not a lot of sun are going inside the villas. So most of the owners, they demolished and they remodified the villas, so they are upgraded. So let me move now to the last side of this area behind me. On that area, and you can see the difference between Saadiyat Beach Villas there, how it's Mediterranean, and going back here again, yeah. So you can see that these are way different than these. These are Saadiyat Golf Villas. Initially, they were sold as plots, right? Very spacious plot. Like when I say plots, not like any other project, we're very spacious plot. So If you wanna search for a very spacious villas like mansion kind of things, this project is for you. Let's go. So now as we drive in, we're passing the Saadiyat Beach Residence, and on the right, so left side Saadiyat Beach Residence, right side it's Saadiyat Beach Villas. Again, Saadiyat Beach Villas, it's so huge and it takes a lot of area from the Saadiyat Beach district. So going back to Saadiyat Beach Residence, consisting of 6 buildings, some of which are only for leasing, and 2 buildings, which is building 4 and 6. These were for selling, and owners can actually own a property there. And in comparison with all Saadiyat Island, this project is one of the oldest residential buildings, and a lot of tenants, as you can see from here, tenants are not very welcoming. The fact that there's not much of sun going inside the apartment. As you can see, the windows are shaped and balcony are pushed back. So this will not allow a lot of sun to go inside in the apartment. So most of the time you will have the feeling that it's dark inside. So this is one of the concerns for the tenants or end users who lives in this building. And it's consisting of studios up to 1 bedroom, up to 4 bedroom apartments. In terms of sizes, these are decent size. And now we're passing by another project very similar to Saadiyat Beach Residence, which is the Pearl Residence, also consisting of 6 buildings. However, these are only for leasing, where they are having a reasonable prices. But again, same designs, same layout, Mediterranean designs. Again, the sun is the issue on these 2 projects. So now for the schools. Now we're passing to the French school in Saadiyat Island, which is Theodore International School, French school, and we have Cranley School, which is a British school. What I know about the schools here in Saadiyat Island, that they have a lot of demand and queue. So make sure before you move in Saadiyat Island, you apply for the school so you can be on track when you move in Saadiyat Island, so your kids can actually be admitted to the schools. And as we now drive in to hit the Saadiyat area, which is again one of the best areas here in Saadiyat Island, we must talk about a project that is next to it, which is Murjan project by AMS developer, which is a private developer known for their good quality and finishing. Now we're passing, this is the project, you can see it from the video, consisting of 3-bedroom townhouses, 4-bedroom villas, 6-bedroom villas, 7-bedroom villas, and 2 villas in front of the water. So fully beachfront villas with amazing, spaciously sized villas. And the prices started, as you can see, it's still off plan, but almost ready within a year or so. The prices started for around 7.5 million, and they reach up to 90 million, and these are for the 8-bedroom villas that are beachfront. As we speak now, we're entering Head Saadiyat. I'm gonna find the parking here. We're gonna explain sunrise and sunset communities for the apartments, and Head Saadiyat, the most anticipated part of this video. We're gonna explore it in a bit. And now to the most exclusive project in Saadiyat Island, Head Saadiyat Villas. So this amazing project is consisting of around 459 villas with 8 types. 8 types of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is the special design. So the type 8 villa, it's the 4-bedroom apartment, the 4-bedroom villas, sorry. And type 7 is the 5-bedroom villas. Type 6 is the 5-bedroom villas with a pool. So starting from type 6, it's where the villas having their own pool from the developer. However, type 7 and 8, some of them, they have their own pool, but the owner themselves did it. Now, have a look at this amazing, crystal clear ocean. You literally can't have this view anywhere in the world. Like, it's so calm, so nice to have this feeling. I cannot even describe it. But again, this is what making Saadiyat Saadiyat villas is so exclusive. So the starting price of villas here, so the ticket, it's for around 10 million plus up to 80 million for the 7-bedroom villas and the spacious villas facing the ocean. Now, Saadiyat Saadiyat villas, if we look at the map, we have two sides of it. This is the left side, which is facing the open water, so open view. The other side of the villas is facing also great view, but facing the mangrove water. So you're having a mangrove side and the open sea side. Now, talking about the other building, which is Sunrise Apartment and Sunset Apartment. These are also located in the mangrove side and the ocean front side. So people who like to have this kind of vibe and feeling of the ocean and the mangrove, but doesn't afford to pay much of a money for living in villas, Sunrise and Sunset is your way to go. So in addition to the Sunrise and the Sunset apartments, it's worth noting that they starting from studios up until 4-bedroom apartment, very spacious. Some of them have maids, some of them they don't. So most of it, they have this amazing open view. However, the Sunrise and Sunset, until today's date, it's not for sale, it's only for leasing. So if we're talking about this community, the only place where you can actually own in this ocean side is Saadiyat Saadiyat and Murjan that we just talked about a little while in the video. So basically that was it for Saadiyat Island. Make sure if you have any question about this island or any other island to reach out so we can discuss it in depth and in details. Make sure you reach out. See you soon.